Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today we have Shifty Rangers as requested by NFT Massacre. I don't know anything about this song other than I see the picture and it looks like Rosie the Robot from the Jetsons doing a Hatsune Miku cosplay, and that gives me no information at all. So I guess without further ado, let's go. That was kind of a weird start there. It felt like it stuttered. All right. Got a groove to it. One could say a corner's groove. I'm sorry. That was dumb. Why does it feel like it has Sailor Moon energy? Anybody else feel that? Like a heavy Sailor Moon energy. Maybe it has some similar synths in there. Clean solo work. Yeah, right there. Feels very Sailor Moon to me. It's probably those like twinkly samples being used. Whew. Change up the drums a bit. This is really fun. On second thought, it kind of just has Saturday morning cartoon energy to it. It's really fun. I think it's wild how subtle, but how present the bass is. You can clearly hear it there, but it's like... it's just kind of like omnipresent. They mixed it really well to have just like the bass take up its own chunk of the waveform there. I really like the rhythm at that part. Ooh, long fade out. I mean, I could tell it looped, but it's always, again, nice to have that loop so I can kind of hear different parts of the song by the time it wraps back around. All right, so a lot of people in the last reaction thought I was way too eerily close, and I have a feeling that's going to happen again, only because of the upload date giving me a huge hint as to what this is supposed to be. This was uploaded on the 10th of April, so I'm going to fully commit to the assumption that this was an April Fool's Day sort of thing. But that doesn't really change the context of the music for me. I'm just assuming that that's the event that this was going for. They tend to release pretty close within a few weeks of whatever event was happening, at least in NIKKE's case, and that's very likely what was happening here, especially just because of the vague obscurity of there just being a robot that looks kind of like Hatsune Miku. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a character in the game that's like turned into a robot or something. Whatever that would be, for the sake of it being a joke, would make sense if some mad scientist went off and created like a robotic clone that just kind of had a goofy day, and that's the April Fool's situation going on. I'm not sure what that would be, of course, but the song still has a really fun energy, and that's obviously beside the fact if it's an April Fool's thing or not. It's just fun, and I think that if it is an April Fool's thing, that gives some more sense to the feeling I was getting during the song with certain sounds and the overall vibe of it. Again, I was getting this like Saturday morning cartoon sort of thing, the like early morning anime vibe, you know, but also a little bit of that Sailor Moon feel in the theme there, especially those like little twinkly sounds in there, a little bit of like, I don't know, kind of Power Rangers, maybe some things in that pocket. Sonic Sat AM, you know, like there's a bunch of options there where I could see like this sound kind of working in that vibe and in those shows. So I think they were going for this sort of campy early 2000s, late 90s aesthetic in their sound, and it's just so powerful. It's got a lot of presence to it, especially with all those horns really clear on the mix here in every single facet. Like those horns blaring really strong, just full forte, just as strong as possible, and just everything else. Like I mentioned, the bass having its own pocket of the waveform here, it just has its place in the song. This was mixed very well. It was produced very well. And I think it was produced specifically to be this strong and this flamboyant in its energy. It was supposed to be kind of over exaggerated and campy. It had the guitar solos, it had the horns we talked about, it had the great drum part and that one spot in there where they changed up the beat in the drums just to keep it a little bit more fresh. I think that was really fun too. Just, you got to move things around a little bit, keep things fresh and moving. You cannot be too static, otherwise the song will kind of fall off. You know, drums tend to be the kind of base of what the song's feel is. So if you're just doing a standard 8 count, that's going to get boring. The rest of the song is going to suffer for it. But if you change it up and you do something that's just a couple of measures of something different, you can make the song feel so much more alive and ready, and you're not sure where it's going to go next. You keep things together, you bridge things with different instruments, and it sounds great. The guitar was super strong, loved that solo in there. It was just a good vibe. I really don't have any other thoughts about this. I just think it was fun, and I think that's exactly what this was supposed to be. It wasn't this standard fun where it's like, oh yeah, that's a really good song. It brings power. It's a good time. I know a lot of NIKKE music has that like rocker edge to it, at least the ones I've heard, and I love that, but this hits a different energy than those did. Those had like meaning to them. They had a feel to them, a little bit more soul. This was just kind of goofy in a fun, exciting way, the type of thing that would get you hyped in the morning when you hear it on the TV and you're just like, yeah, you grab your bowl of cereal, it's time to go. Just shoveling that sugary goodness into your face and not thinking about the health complications that'll make you fat later. That's what I was doing when I was a kid. But it's like, that's the vibe this song gives me. It just has this capless optimism to it. It has this bravado to it that makes you feel like there's nothing that's going to stop you. And that's exactly what a Sad AM theme would have. So this theme fits very well with that vibe. And I'm really not sure if those like dingly twinkly sort of sounds were supposed to be a reference to something like Sailor Moon, but it definitely gave me that, so I've got a feeling it probably gave the producer that as well, and maybe that's why they threw that in there for a little bit of extra spice in the music, which I always appreciate, whether or not it's a reference. But I think that'll be about it for this video, so thank you all so very much for watching. I know that some recent music just came out. Some people on a stream told me that there's more NIKKE music. I've seen it floating around, so if you have anything new that you want me to get to, by all means drop it in the comments below, or anything that's older. I don't really care when it comes from. I just want to listen to more NIKKE music. So drop them in the comments if you got them, and if you like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!